How's it going, everybody? I'm Slav-in-a-tor-ski and welcome to the channel. And today I'm going to try my hand at a movie review. Just going to do something casual, give you my opinion on it. Be the first one on the channel, never done it before, so we'll see how this goes. But of course, if you do like anything you see here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and likes are always super appreciated. But anyways, I want to go ahead and review Nobody. Today is April the 16th, Friday. I believe it just came out on HBO Max today. I actually went and saw this in the theaters last week, but you want the short version? I highly suggest going and watching it. It's a very good movie. Now, let's get into a little more detail. No spoilers in the first half, and then I'll give some a warning and then go into spoilers in the second half. Now, the movie it plays out how you think it will. It's very formulaic, but that's not really a problem, especially if you want an action movie. If you're going into this thinking that it's going to win an Emmy, maybe don't watch it. But if you just want an action flick, it's great. If you want something that a lot of people have compared it to John Wick, I could see the similarities there, but it's definitely different. He is his own kind of character in this movie. The first act is, again, it's all formulaic, but the first act is setting up the character, setting up what's going on in their life right now, getting you to like them, understand them, the other characters around them, kind of their day-to-day, and kind of feeling for them, because, of course, they want to set up, like, the difficulties the character's having, their challenges, stuff like that. It's very good at setting that up, I'd say. And I don't know if I've seen this actor in any action films before, but I really, really, really like him as an action character now. Now, the second act, that's where you always get the conflict. That's where the conflict drops. And it drops off perfectly with how it's introduced into the story. And that's when it kind of kicks off and it escalates from there. So you have conflict and escalation. That's always how action films tend to go in the middle act. And I tend to look at them as 3 acts. You can have 4 or 5, but I'll break it into 3 to make it easier. Conflict, escalation, introduces another side to the character, so on and so forth. If you've seen the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. It's very good. Again, formulaic, but good. I enjoyed it. The villain is stereotypical, but I think it's kind of cool. They give him a little quirk to make him different. But everything kind of plays out the way you do. And, of course, the third act is conflict resolution. So that's how it ends. And it always builds up into a crescendo, into a giant gunfight. This movie is no different. Same way the John Wicks, Lethal Weapons, all of those movies are. And I will say this, the gunfights are really, really good. The fist fights are really good. Like, all of the action in this movie is done really well. It's not super kung fu, but it is pretty cool. I did enjoy it quite a bit. It's not a bunch of high kicks and spinning back kicks and stuff. It's just kind of what you'd expect from a character that's the age of that they don't really say his age, like 40s or 50s, something like that, in the movie. So it's kind of what you'd expect there. And of course, some side characters that really kind of top it off. I really enjoyed that. So if you are interested in seeing the movie at all, I definitely highly suggest it. It's on HBO Max. Go ahead and fire it up. Watch it this weekend. Watch it Friday night if you want to. Either way, very, very much worth watching this movie. I would definitely suggest it. Alright, so this is the part where I'm going to get into the spoilers. So you've been warned, spoilers. Alarm, alarm. Turn off the video now if you don't want spoilers. Alright? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to get into the spoiler section. So the beginning, the first act, it of course sets him up. He's kind of 9 to 5, hates his life almost in a way. Just, you can tell he's just going through the motions of it. The wife doesn't want anything to do with him. There's literally a divider in the bed between the two of them. And, you know, the kind of cliche guy that's been kind of betatized in a way. You can kind of see it through the whole intro act. Even at his job, everything. Just, you can tell the man's kind of beaten down by the world. So the beginning act does an amazing job of setting that up, really making you feel for the guy and kind of just connecting with the character. Now, the conflict that starts in the second act, that's where he meets a group of guys that crash their car next to a bus and then jump on, a bunch of Russians, and they're threatening to, how do you say this nicely for YouTube, have relations with a woman that she didn't want. on the bus, and so he kind of shoos everyone off the bus and takes it to himself to handle the situation. Kind of gets his ass kicked, kind of kicks their ass, and in turn really injures one of the Russians, who turns out to be related to a huge Russian mob boss. Cliche, yeah, I know. It's been in every other action film, but it was a really cool fight. It was appropriate, you know. Everybody takes their licks. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. And so it goes up from there. Now the third act, where it's escalation to the conflict, final gunfight, absolutely amazing. The main character shows off kind of his more badass skills. You find out that he was kind of a cleaner for the Alphabet organizations back in the day, and that he's kind of retired with his wife. She seems very accustomed to patching him up and stuff. And they, of course, they start to have a better relationship when he starts being more of a man and less kind of a beta. So again, it's cliche, but it also kind of goes along that path. And as the whole thing goes on, it builds up. They fight, him and the mob boss and his cronies fight a few times. Of course, he wins every single fight until it's finally builds up to the big fight at the end, which is at like an industrial building that he works at. And it's almost like he goes home alone on them and sets up all sorts of traps and shoots the hell out of them. His dad gets involved, a few other things like that. I did say spoilers. But the final gun battle is awesome. And just how the final guy, or the mob boss himself, is taken down, it's very unique. It's not a crazy kung fu move. It's not a crazy shootout. He straps a friggin' claymore to the front of a bullet shield and charges the guy, and then makes the claymore go off. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I definitely highly suggest it. Stay tuned to it to about halfway through the credits. There is an after the credits scene. Well, I mean a during the credits scene. So, you know, don't miss that. It's kind of cool. But I highly suggest it. Amazing action popcorn flick. And if you like action flicks at all, check it out. I think you'll like it. But that's it. Hope you liked it. Again, my first movie review. I didn't go into too much detail on things. But I thought it'd be interesting to try it out and see if anyone likes it or not, or hates it. Either way, we'll see what happens. But yeah, hope you liked it. Talk to you guys again in the next video, and take it easy.